Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 6 of the Hill to Die On podcast. Remember, there are timestamps in the description below, so please feel free to skip ahead to whatever part of the podcast you want to listen to. Please follow us on all our social media at the Hill to Die On, and that is all lowercase. Now, quickly, before I get into today's episode, I'd just like to quickly apologize for the absence of the show. I explain it better in the next episode that's already been recorded and will be released shortly. For the show's absence. More information on that in the future. But please enjoy this episode that was recorded around Halloween time. Thank you. Enjoy the show.
That's all for today. We are going to continue the alphabet now. G, H, I, K.
You missed?
No, you did it wrong.
What did I do?
You missed J.
You said G-H-I.
All right, we're starting over again with the alphabet. Today's letter is A, and then we're going to move on to the next one.
Oh my God.
B, C.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to a Hill to Die On podcast. This is the show where we can never get an episode out on time. I'm your host, Matthew Rios, and I'm with my co-host, the astronomically gifted Alessandro Kamai. Can't do the alphabet, though. Can't do the
There's
alphabet.
a lot of letters. It's 26, you know?
And Alessandro, we have a guest, but this isn't his first time here. And I am going to have to take away the nickname I gave, because evidently we're not perfect here.
What was the nickname?
He's called me Perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Ah.
But his was the one episode that got fucked up. Not his fault though. But we have the townie, the artist, Michael Flinchpaw.
Hello.
Welcome again. I wish I love having you here, Michael, but I wish that first episode would have actually recorded.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So for those who don't know, I'm not sure entirely what happened. I'm pretty sure the audio file got corrupted. It just didn't record right. And yeah, I ultimately made the call to scrap it because I just thought the audio was utter crap, and I just like to put out a good product. So, anyway, but this will be an even better episode. We'll roll with the punches.
Had some great moments though last time.
We did.
We are just lost.
We can act it out. You know?
Well, at least
reenact it.
Yeah.
It'll be in our hearts.
Okay.
There was a heated debate about Metal Gear at some point, I think.
Yes, there was.
That was hilarious.
Yes, there was.
There
That was
was
hilarious.
there were some words exchanged, some yelling.
Metal Gear, quality game.
Well,
Quality series.
debatable.
Evidently, yeah.
Oh.
Let's just jump right into the first segment. What we've been up to lately. Alex, what have you been up to?
Ooh, not a whole lot. I got a 3D printer. Kale and I have been trying to 3D print stuff. And
How did that last print go?
Which one?
The one where me and Michael saw last night.
Figurine.
Oh, yeah. How far along was it last night?
We literally
just
just saw
started.
it.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, it started messing up right before we were going to head over. So we canceled it. And I've tried it this morning. I've tried a couple times this morning, and it keeps messing up. So it's going right now, and we'll see how that goes.
What was the problem with it?
What happened last night? I don't remember. Oh, it started peeling off the thing last night, and so I had to stop that. And then, because you have to do a little thing around it to get it to stay on the plate. And yeah. So it's just been not working great.
3D printing. Hard stuff.
Hard stuff.
Hard stuff.
Yeah. It's a doozy. And other than that, I don't think I've been doing much.
Just schooling?
Yeah. Schooling. Doing school. Doing okay and doing not great in school.
Michael, what have you been up to?
I've been doing okay in school, I guess. Everything's on fire. Projects due every 2 weeks and scrambling. That's where I just came from before
Right.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like it's always a garbage truck on fire, you know?
It is. There's multiple. I think Jasmine described it as multiple houses on the block on fire. So our different worlds, like, and you only get one bucket at a time to throw at the fire, and then you got to move on to the next one.
Oh man. Yeah, I'd say same. Doing okay. Could do better, but you know, leading busy lives.
Okay.
I can't really talk about it too much, but I mentioned it to both of you. Had a situation in the newsroom on my GA shift.
Oh yeah.
Did I tell you about that, Michael?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't really
Confidential.
can't really divulge it right now on the podcast. Just because I've made the podcast more public now. I even put it on my LinkedIn.
Ooh.
I put it on my blog, my portfolio blog.
You could tell him and then bleep it out.
I guess I could. Anyway.
Wow, Matthew, that was a crazy story.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if I don't remember to cut that out, I'm going to be so pissed. But, yeah, news things are happening on my end, and that's pretty much about it. A big story is going to come out on Wednesday. Be on the lookout for it. Might make centerpiece on the Missourian.
Oh
Groundbreaking.
shit.
Expose.
Yeah.
Wow.
Might be a big-ass story.
This is a story from you.
Yes, story for me. It's been in the works for a month.
Oh my god.
I got assigned this story back in like September 15th, I think. I got the story, and it's been pushed back and back and back and back, and it's finally, hopefully, gonna come out on Wednesday.
Ooh, I'm excited.
So,
oh my gosh.
We'll see what happens.
He's breaking the truth on the ooze conspiracy.
On the
wow.
ooze.
They don't want you to know. They covered it up, Matthew. You see that?
Oh
I
yeah.
did,
Oh,
I did.
that
Yeah,
ooze.
just-
Yeah.
Yeah, they just covered up the little manhole, just fucking.
Sealed it off.
I should have sent a tip in. Should have done it when it was first happening, but I
Yeah.
didn't.
No.
Yeah.
I think they knew for a while. I think they just didn't. They just couldn't do it because of the heat. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Should have fixed it right away.
Yeah.
Instead, there was a river outside
Yeah.
our road.
A bright green
Yeah.
toxic
An
river. Yeah.
ooze.
I've been splashed too many times too. Oh.
Yeah. So. Anyway, we delivered the bomb. So.
It's gonna show up in like one of our toilets. You know, it's almost Halloween. Green ooze is on the move. This is dangerous.
That would be.
Dangerous times.
That would be
That'd be a
tragic.
good concept for a movie.
Yeah, right.
Not good. Good's a subjective word, but just a toxic ooze that's sentient.
Ooh.
Isn't that
the plot of the Blob?
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't
Yeah,
this not the
never
blob?
a less viscous ooze? You know, a more. Is it less viscous or more? I always
What?
forget.
Less viscous.
Less viscous
The
is
blob?
runnier.
Yeah.
Okay.
More viscous is like, yeah.
Okay. I always get them
Like that French onion dip.
Yeah. That's viscous.
Actually, no, that wasn't viscous.
No, wait. Viscous is thick, right?
No, yeah, viscous.
Yeah.
Yeah, viscous is
The
thick.
water is not very viscous.
Yeah.
I was saying the French onion dip was viscous, but then I remembered no, it wasn't.
No, what do you mean? It was like mayonnaise.
No.
It was like mayonnaise.
Yeah.
It was gross.
No.
Wait, hold on. Wait, let's establish something real quick. Did you say mayonnaise is gross?
Yeah.
No, mayonnaise is not gross.
Oh, okay.
But it was like mayonnaise, where it was just like this white paste.
Yeah, you don't.
Which was
you
good.
don't. Yeah, you don't want the quality of mayonnaise in your French onion dip.
What? No, I thought. What do you? Well, I've never had a French onion dip before.
Well, let me tell you, that sucked.
Really?
It was awful.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I thought it tasted great.
All
So
right,
maybe your preconceptions tainted the flavor.
For some context, we had a quote unquote scary movie night. We didn't really watch a scary movie, but we watched.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some jump scares. It made Jasmine jump, but
Matthew's like, I didn't jump.
oh no, I screamed on the inside. But like I've learned to suppress it. You know, as a man, I can't let that go.
Can't let those screams out.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I learned because I try not to curse on this podcast.
One might say a baby back pitch.
Someone could say that. I wouldn't call myself that, but you know, I am a little bit of a wimp when it comes to scary movies, and I can't do it. But I've learned to mostly suppress it. Mostly, sometimes it gets me. But like I was laying in bed the other day and I was watching. Remember that game, Man of Medan or something like that that came out? Yeah, I was watching a playthrough of it, and like a jump scare got me pretty bad.
Shit.
I was like, anyway, I'm sorry, I got off track. Yeah, we had a scary movie night, and there was French onion dip that was brought for the chips, and it was pretty bad. Everybody hated it except Alex.
I was like,
Alex loved it.
I was slowly dipping in it, and I was gonna ask, like, does anyone else want this? And y'all took care of it by saying, like, well, you just brought up that you hated it or something.
No, we were like, do you like this, Alex?
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, yeah, and we're like, good. We all hate it.
It caught me so off guard. I was like, man, I don't know how long I can keep taking from this obvious like dip of the night, you know, like this is the main course right here.
Yeah, no, that was awful. Absolute dog crap.
I thought it was all right.
Welcome to this award-winning podcast where we talk about French onion dip.
Hey, well, you know, I like I always say, you can talk about anything on the show.
Right.
That's true.
You know, there are timestamps for a reason. You know, skip around.
The French onion
The
dip
French onion
timestamp.
dip section.
Yeah, sure. I will
Put that
label
in the timestamps. Yeah.
I will label the French onion dip
Can
section.
that be the name of this episode?
It could potentially.
French
Do you
onion
name the episodes?
Hmm?
Do you name the episodes?
Oh yeah. I mean, they're not like official titles or anything like that. It's usually just what we discuss, or like I put for episode 3, I put Andre Comes to Town, just because of how many different topics we had in that one episode.
You need some like snazzy, like fun titles, you know.
Oh hey, if anybody has any suggestions,
Some clever stuff there.
I'll take suggestions.
Okay.
You know. All right. Well, anyway, I think that about wraps up what we've been up to. It's time to move on to the topics.
Ooh, okay.
And I'll go first.
All right.
Thanks.
Alex, we had a good discussion about this at one
we
point in
did.
time. You don't even know what the hell I'm gonna say.
No, that was kind of a. I didn't say it right, but it was supposed to be like a we did. You know, it came out as a fact, and I really don't. Yeah. Although, yeah. No, go ahead.
I mean, you're not wrong. We did have fun together. All right, so my topic idea is for today. If you could go back in time and conquer a medieval castle with limitless amounts of resources, how would you do it?
I remember.
And
this.
I already know my answer.
No.
Yeah.
See, this is a question I ask myself all the time.
Naturally.
Okay, wait. First of all, we got to get some variables out of the way. This is the castle we're attacking.
Yeah, like a feudal castle.
A feudal castle.
Yeah.
How many men are inside this castle? What do they got?
Let's not
What
a
am I working with
realistic,
here?
not a realistic answer. There are many knights, many lords. You know, they have their horses, they have their swords. Because, you know, historically speaking, an actual feudal castle, there weren't like fucking knights all around. Excuse my French. There weren't all these knights around. You know, it was really just a serfdom, and then there was the castle with like a few families in there. You know, a few
So,
lords.
are we doing like
one
a
family.
like a shitty
Oh, yeah,
little
even-
castle, like a personal castle, or like a big castle?
Yes,
you
a
know, like-
boop-a-doo castle. All right.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
we're thinking like a movie castle.
Big ass
Oh.
castle.
Big ass
like,
castle.
Okay, like Lord of the Rings, or like
Okay,
not
okay,
fantasy
yeah,
level
okay,
castle.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, maybe-
Lord of the Rings.
Pull back.
Are we talking Helm's Deep or Minas Tirith? Here.
More like a Helm's Deep.
Okay.
We're
one's
pulling
It's
back.
just like a fortress, like a bit like a base level,
Think-
regular old fortress.
Uh-huh.
Think of like. All right. Think about the castle from Blood and Wine. Or that city. Something like that. Or it wasn't necessarily a castle, but
What, Beauvais?
yeah. Think of something like that.
Okay, that's pretty big.
Well, it's more what. Excuse me. What I mean is, it's more like. God damn it! Excuse me. I'm just trying to tailor the expectations. All right, so like, it's not like a military fortress. It's like a regular ass kind of town.
Okay.
You know, but it's also not historical, and you get limitless amounts of money. It's a
That's a little unfair.
Okay,
Limitless amounts of
I don't
money.
know about. Okay, wait.
I
Because-
can say right now exactly how I'm going to take this. Oh, okay. Does there have to be any castle left at the end?
See, that's the thing. You're trying to take over. You're trying to rule over these people, right?
How about we're conquering on a budget? Like,
Well, because I mean,
we can say who can do it cheapest.
we
Oh, yeah, there
we
you
can
go.
aim for that.
All right.
That's a good goal.
Okay.
We have limitless amounts of money to use from, but the goal is to go cheap. I like that.
Okay.
I like that. No, and yeah, we're trying to just take over the castle. We're trying to just impress them, and well, all right, that's one way to go about it. You don't necessarily have to impress them, but you're trying to take them over, right? And me and Kayla had a heated not heated. We had a very funny debate about it.
Yeah.
I have a way I'm thinking about going about it. And the reason I said limitless is because, think about it. If you have the technology to go back in time, you probably got a lot of money. You know,
That's true.
Yeah.
You're probably loaded, or you have somebody loaded backing you up for whatever reason they need you to go back. And I don't know. It doesn't matter. The point is, you're taking over the castle. How are you going to do it? I had a very convoluted answer.
I don't remember your answer. I remember thinking it was bad. But
Oh, I how dare you?
I'm sorry.
In the beginning, my answer was just show up with like an M16 or like an M4 with like loads of ammunition, and then like if anybody challenged me, like, you know, you just shoot them and they're fucking dead, and then they're gonna go, oh shit, that's a boomstick you got right there, you know, like from
So
fucking
you're going Army of Darkness route.
yeah.
Just one guy, just one gun.
But Alex and Kayla didn't like that answer, so I said, fine, I'll send back a shipping container full of various different things. And the thing I got around to was a mini, like, helicopter, right? Take a mini helicopter with, like, missiles and shit on it, and you just float into that bitch, you know? Because for all they don't know aviation technology. They don't know what that is. They're going to be amazed at what you can do. And you go up to the court, right? The guards are going to be there. They're going to be like, stop. Bam. Fucking dead. They're going to be like, what the hell is going on? He's like, listen, I'm here, and I'm a god, and I'm here to take over. You know?
What are you gonna do?
What are you going to do? And they're going to be like, shit. You know?
This guy's got a point.
This guy is a force of nature. And, you know, you just bring other technologies to, like, you know, you bring, like, an iPad full of information and thing, and, like, there's a bunch of, like, stuff to, like, to impress them with. Maybe you cure some diseases.
I've got an idea. All right.
Go for it.
No weapons.
No weapons.
No violence.
No violence.
Just go mingle with the common folk and be like, hey, so there's this thing in the future where I'm from called democracy. I'm just going to blow their minds. And I will arm them.
You'll arm.
I'm not committing any violence. I didn't say anything about them.
They're gonna commit the violence.
Right.
Just
Just, give them a gun. Just go to the countryside and be like, hey guys,
arm the peasants.
Don't touch me. You've got the plague, but I'm gonna put these here.
Don't touch me.
And you know, I'm gonna distribute. Wait, no, they can't read. Fuck.
Yeah, now you have to teach them to read.
See, if we're being realistic, none of them speak a language that we speak, and we probably
Right.
don't even know what language. Like what? I mean, we know Old English kind of, but I'll be like, hey, democracy, cool new thing. It's hip. You guys,
You get a
can have
say.
the power.
overthrow your king. He sucks.
Or your lord, yeah.
And then just give them like it doesn't even have to be any fancy guns.
This just
A gun
sounds like
will
the
work.
this sounds like the October Revolution is what it sounds like. It sounds like
Well, yeah.
Russian Revolution.
I'm instilling communism. Is what I'm doing.
They're gonna take that democracy and be like, peasants rule, and just fucking overthrow the royal court. But that is cost effective. I like it.
Yeah.
How would you instill yourself as the leader though, so that when all
I have
said
to
and
be the leader.
You're like, democracy, and also vote for me.
yeah, because you're trying to take over this castle, you know.
I'm giving
Okay.
you the power of choice, and I'm giving you one option. You're like, hey, well, now that you've like
And I'm giving you
educated
one
us and
option.
taught us about democracy, I'm running. And then who's gonna vote for you know,
Alright,
future
well-
witch from the future?
So the revolution
evil
is
wizard.
complete. It's successful. The old monarchy is thrown out, and the peasants are like, "All right, it's a democracy now." And I'm like, I show up in a tank, and I'm like, "You thought, but no, I'm your ruler now. What are you gonna do?
Yikes.
I gave you shitty guns. I've got a machine gun. So back up."
Were you gonna give them like muskets or something?
Yeah.
Like, you just show up with an actual like machine gun. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think that would work out.
And I
for
get
you.
like an F-16 flyby just to
An F-16
hammer it in.
I'm just saying we turned to violence real quick. You know, I'm just saying violence is.
I
Become
didn't
the
commit
answer.
violence myself.
You threaten them
I
with
think
violence.
you're gonna get violence
threaten
committed
them with
onto
violence?
you. I think Matthew's plan is better than
What are they
yours
gonna do?
now. Because you instilled them
What
with
are
the
they gonna do?
revolutionary spirit.
I have a
you
tank.
armed them. Yeah, then you have it's you versus everyone else. And
I have a tank.
In Matthew's case, they had no idea who he was. In your case, they're like, wait a second. we know exactly who you are. You explained everything, and you taught us all this, and now we're gonna fight.
They're evidently gonna die.
What?
But I mean, if he does it right, you know, sets up like a little kill zone with a machine gun and the tank and this alleged F-16, their peasants don't stand don't stand a chance.
Planes.
But it will result in a lot of dead people, a lot of violence.
So this is not like how can you rule, how can you take over a castle and rule. This is just like how can you win.
Oh no. I want to take over and rule. I want to become a benevolent god king to these people. You know.
Yeah, okay, you know what? I changed my answer. The revolution is complete. They've wiped out the monarchy.
Okay.
And then I show up though, and put on like a crazy light show concert with future music and like lasers and lights and be like, I'm a god. Look at me. Look how cool I am. And they'd be like, what is going on?
What is this?
What is this? I'd be like, well, I'm a god. Just don't think about it too much.
You could say that. Now. Yeah, you could be like, I'm the Archangel Michael, dog. What's up? You're like, oh shit.
With lasers.
Yeah, with lasers, light shows,
lasers?
modern music.
Wow.
Gonna play like September in the background.
This is funk. It's the music of angels.
Like, oh my god. All right, Alex.
I had an opinion, right? I had a plan, didn't I? I don't remember what it was when we had this discussion before.
Well,
I'm trying to remember what I said before.
I don't think you had a plan. I think your entire goal was just to tear my plan down when we had the discussion.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I can do that. I don't know. Well, let me think. What would I do? Just to conquer a medieval feudal Europe castle kind of deal. I feel like it'd be fun to like just walk in there, you know, dressed as a peasant, and then like start spreading gossip, you know, like. Okay,
That's just my plan.
Yeah, but...
Are you going to do a peaceful gossip or a revolutionary gossip like Michael?
No.
Arming the peasants with muskets.
I have no idea now. I don't know. I feel like I should have an idea.
Well, if you want to buy you more time, I can brainstorm some ways to reduce the cost of my plan.
Okay.
Because again, we are trying to reduce our costs.
Mm-hmm. This is minimum cost.
Yeah, and Michael's got I guess it's debatable because maybe how expensive are these muskets to buy? You know? Rare stuff. Probably got to buy it from like a museum or a private collector or something. I don't know. But not that buying a fucking helicopter and transporting it to the past is going to be cheap.
It's not about specifics. It can be any kind of gun, you know, just something that's not crazy enough where they can fight me.
Right, in a tank.
Yeah.
Ooh, wait, I have an idea. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Like, assuming that like the ruler or the lord of the castle is like very religious or like superstitious, you know, like could I come in there with like, could I just like sneak into the castle, right, and be like, what, like, you know, look at this light bulb that I have. I'm the ghost of like one of your, like, I don't know, like your favorite ancestor who you look up to most.
But you think he'd know the face of that ancestor, wouldn't
he? Yeah, but I'd find one that like you didn't have. No, I'd be like, yeah, the paintings, I had shit painters, you know, they didn't do my face justice.
Okay.
But I'd know all the facts, right?
Okay,
I know everything about his life and his future, right? This ruler.
Okay.
And so I'd just be like, oh shit, this is, yeah, right, this is gonna happen.
About that.
Yeah. And so then I'd just be his whisperer, his like guide, you know, and he'd be like, oh shit, you've correctly predicted everything. You've correctly predicted that eclipse, and then I'm just like the puppet king, you know. $0.
So you're not officially the ruler, but you're controlling it from the shadows.
Effectively the ruler.
Yeah.
And and nobody knows besides the king. He's not going to tell anyone because he wants people to think that he's the legitimate ruler.
How are you going to prevent them from just straight up throwing you out and saying what you're doing is hogwash?
Well, because I mean, I feel like at a certain point, like if I can predict, you know, like if I can say, oh, you know, I know this, that, and the other. I know all of our family history, so duh, like I have to be someone related to you, and I'm a ghost, and look at, like, you know, like this lamp that I
Look at this
turn
lamp.
on with a button, and then also, like, I feel like once you got the lamp,
You'd have to bring a generator.
Well, I'd be yeah, okay,
How are
well,
you powering this?
it'd be like I don't know.
What if like a year later, you're like, well, I'm out of power.
He's like, show
All
me
my
that
tricks
lamp
are gone."
again.
And I'm like, don't worry about the lamp.
Okay, well,
What'd you call it? A light bulb.
I like
Yeah, show that again.
yeah, let me, they're really fragile. I dropped it. Okay, well, yeah, I don't know. I would probably bring something more. I'd bring like a lighter. You know, like whoosh,
You run out of fuel.
just give me some more alcohol. You know, you can put some alcohol in there, right? Like, well, what's a? Okay, maybe I'd probably be fine without like a technological demonstration, right?
Why would fire impress medieval people?
Because it'd be like, oh, like look at this precision manufactured thing that has a little.
Oh, you think the medieval people are like, oh, wow,
That would just be like a neat gadget to us, where it's like, oh, you took this thing we already know,
That's true.
and you just made it a little neater.
Well, then I'm gonna just screw that, and I'm just gonna go completely off of just predicting a crazy solar eclipse. You know? Oh, well, they could predict eclipses.
I think they already knew about that.
What could
Like
I
the
predict?
Mayans knew about that.
Okay, I'd have to. I can choose when to go back in time, right?
Yeah.
I can just go right before like this historical event is about to happen, relevant to this person's family, and I'm gonna be like, oh, you know, your uncle's dog is gonna die, you know, at 2 p.m. tomorrow, and then boom, it does. Like if I can get something really accurate, you know, then I feel like they'll just be like, oh shit.
All right, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
And they're gonna go, you witch, you caused this to happen.
Cause what to happen?
Or you warlock.
Oh, cause I killed the dog.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to, on the eve of like something bad that's gonna happen to this person's kingdom, right? I'm gonna be like, you know, these people are about to invade, and you thought it was gonna be from the south, but it's actually gonna be from the southeast, you know? And he's gonna be like, whoa, thank you so much, you saved the kingdom.
It's great. You're still a witch.
Okay, yeah, but what does the king care? I helped save his kingdom, you know? Right? Like, he's gonna figure, that's the contract between me and him, right? And I'm like, you know, I can give you instructions, you know, as long as you don't burn me at the stake, because you know darn well that you don't know anything about the future, and I do, and you don't have
And
to
also,
tell
I have a
anyone.
gun.
Yeah, I got it, yeah. Just bring that
I honestly, so I have another plan, all right? Since this is not a totally historically accurate castle, I'm going to go up, if I can, get up to the Lord without killing anybody, but if I need to, I'll shoot somebody, right? And I'll be like, I'll get an audience with the king. I'll be like, listen, homie, I am a marvelous warrior from a distant land, all right? I want to face your best warrior in combat to the death. So you're like, all right, cool, awesome. I want...
You're gonna get sat on. It's just gonna be a disaster.
I know. I mean, it is just gonna be like, all right, fight a shotgun, and just fucking take him out, blast him, and I'll be like, all right, what do I want as a reward? I want to be a part of your court, and then through various different knowledge that I have of this homie's family and court and castle, I'll take it over from the inside. I also wear a lot of body armor.
Okay, but then what if they think
Lot of
you're
medicine.
a witch or something? You know, they're just like, oh.
Oh no, I'm just gonna have this
Well,
magic.
I assume
thing.
there's this big crowd of people that are like,
Yeah.
you know, ready to, you know, like, are you a witch or not? And then you're
Oh,
like,
I'll call this a projectile sword. It projects swords.
It doesn't matter what you call it. It's still a gun.
Oh well, they don't know that.
It's still making
know
an explosion.
Yeah, I'll be
They've
like,
never
it's
seen
shooting,
this before.
and I'll tell them it's shooting swords out into the other
What's
the tiny
shooting?
swords.
They ask.
witchcraft, get him! Get him! And then the whole crowd, which is watching this big fight, you know,
Well, luckily for me, I brought claymores, C4, and
right
grenades.
back to the army. Yeah.
But listen, I'm just saying that's the fallback. They're just gonna get taken out.
They're like, all right, this isn't working. All right, boys, move in. He's calling the whole army.
Light them up.
I don't know.
And I'd be like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about how the gun, or I'm sorry, not the gun, the boom sword thing
Boom, so.
works. Don't worry about it. Just know that if I wanted to, I could take you out.
Ah.
Yeah. But I'm a benevolent ruler, and I'm going to bring also information that'll be absolutely crucial to this castle. and they'll see me as a beacon of God, because they're at this time everybody's pretty much religious, you know. If you're not, you burn at the stake. So,
what if they're like, you're a false god? Because most people at this time, we're talking Europe. What time is this?
Let's say like
3 o'clock. Sorry.
God damn it.
Midday.
Let's just say it's like around. Let's just say it's around the year 1000.
Oh shit!
Right,
know,
so
around that
people are Catholic.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't think they were predicting eclipses back then. I could still do the eclipse.
I think they probably had a decent idea.
Maybe I won't go for full blown God. Maybe I'll just go messenger from God.
Because they're Catholic.
Yeah.
They're like, well, you're obviously like a pagan, false god.
And I'll be like,
you're
no,
Satan actually.
a Satan. That'd be
You're
interesting.
the Antichrist.
I'll be like, listen, guys, no, I'm actually a messenger from Homie himself, Homie in the sky, and I'm here to help you. And to prove that to you, I
brought a shotgun.
All the well, just in the event that things go south.
Yeah.
But they don't know it's a shotgun, right? So,
Oh yeah, Jesus, that's my pussy brother. I'm Matthew.
so I just be like, hey, I'm gonna perform all these miracles of technology and health and all this jazz, and an iPad of information. I'll have like a hand pump battery or something, right? Something like that, right? And I will perform all these miracles, and they'll be like, oh man, this guy's here to save us, and I'll be respected, and that way I'm not technically a king, but the king's gonna answer to me. I'm a saint, you know, at this point. Because that's bound to happen. I'm just going to skyrocket to sainthood. So, I mean, and then whenever they're like, man, what should we do? I'll be like, I got to consult God real quick. Pull out the iPad.
Well, you just give them all phones and like your number and like text God.
Let me text God.
Hold on. Hit my homie up, see what he says. Yeah. That's a...
Okay.
Or we could just do the murderous answer I gave Kalo at one point. I was just like, I'm gonna go full blown like SWAT body armor. It's like an M60 machine gun with like a belt of ammunition. I'm just gonna go up and light everybody up.
Body armor would not protect you against swords.
All right, chainmail.
All right. You're still getting swarmed by an army, Matthew.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, but look, if you set up a
They'll
kill...
tag and bag you. Even
right,
if you cut through a few of them, they're going to get to you.
All right, well, what if we set up a kill point, right? Mm-hmm. So, right at the entrance of this castle, they're going to just pour out of this entrance. Mm-hmm. Not realizing well, they don't even know what a gun is, but not realizing that you're not going to win. All right, if there's enough distance between us, and I got a gun, and it's a small kill point, right? And you just, like a bunch of idiots, just squeezing through this choke point, and I light you up from a certain amount of distance.
These are not NPCs in a game.
Yeah.
These are humans.
Oh, of course.
What happens when a week from now, like a week from then, you're sitting there and you're just sitting there with your gun and your lawn chair, and and
you think it's gonna take a week to kill all the warriors?
No, you're gonna be waiting there for a week while they're like, come on in whenever you want. We're not coming out this time. You know? What happens when
we're
they
not
don't
stupid. We're
run
people.
at you? Yeah.
All right.
You're just gonna be sitting there waiting for them to open the door.
So then that's where the helicopter comes in.
Okay.
I just fly over your wall, and I don't know how helicopters work, but let's just say I could just somehow magically keep the helicopter in place. All right, keep it like an autopilot or something. Just stay there, hover, take the machine gun out, and be like, listen, you gotta surrender. This is the murderous route. This isn't the route I necessarily would go on. It's just me thinking like, all right, if we want to just burn it all to the ground and then take over. Not literally burn it all to the ground. Just, I mean, like, kill the warriors and then
burn some of it to the ground.
Burn the people to the ground.
What are you ruling?
No, I mean, burn the warrior people to the ground and then rule over the civilians and the nobles and things like that. And then, I remember I also had another plan where I would gather a few people into the fold. Not a lot, but a few people into the fold, into my plan. I'll recruit people. I will give them guns and have them as my lieutenants. And I will promise them with power. And when they see these weapons,
they're going to think, I can point this at anyone and kill them by shooting anyone, even if they're from the future? What?
Yeah, no. Because I'm a god. So like, don't even try that.
Don't even try that.
bother.
Yeah, don't even bother.
Because like, it wouldn't hurt me.
And then I'll give them a gift as well.
Gift? Well, what?
It's an Amazon gift card.
No, I know. All right. I'll give them like, I don't know. What do people at the time value?
Food.
Yeah, probably. All right, I'll give them like a loaf of bread, and it'll.
Oh wow! Thank you, God.
Thank you so much.
You have a full-blown turkey fucking excuse my
Turkey?
French dinner, right? And I'll.
They'll be like, what is this alien animal? Because this doesn't exist in our
What?
country. Turkeys are native to America.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, I think so, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
What is this big ass chicken?
I'll be like, look, take a bite. Take a bite. See what you think for a
See
second.
that? Yeah.
Take a bite.
That's the future.
They'll be like, oh shit. Well, actually, I don't like turkey, but maybe they will. And
Ham guy.
anyway,
Fucking Thanksgiving.
so when they try to betray me, right, in the situation like that, I'll actually have
More turkey.
C4 in there.
In the turkey.
In the turkey. In case if they betray me, right? And they go, well, screw you. I'm like, I'm gonna blow up.
You think they're gonna try and betray you before they eat the turkey?
Yeah, because I'm gonna give them the like, here's a goodwill, and then here's a gun. And
Okay.
then they're gonna go, well, why don't I just shoot?
And what happens when they decide to trust you and then say, all right, let's eat the turkey? Oh no! This good person, for some reason, left the explosives in the
What's
bird.
an explosive?
They don't know what an explosive is,
that's-
and I will prep the turkey for. I'll be like, awesome. Let me cut us some.
Don't worry about that.
Get rid of that.
That's
Don't worry about
like a future thing. That's what organs look like.
Yeah, and then actually, I probably wouldn't throw it. I would store it for later. You know, in the event that I needed to still blow them
I
up.
need to stuff another turkey.
Anyway.
with explosives.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so to bring it back around, I think that'll be my plot. I will impress them with the weaponry and sciences, and I'll try to come as a saint. I'll try to attain sainthood. And that way I can control the kingdom through religion. And yeah.
So, this has been done in a little show called Game of Thrones already.
Oh.
It didn't work out too well. You remember when Cersei armed the Faith Militant?
Oh,
the little
well,
poor people?
he was a little extremist. I'm not going to invade people's lives.
Cersei.
No, the religious head.
The
Yeah.
High Sparrow?
Yeah. He was a bit of an ass.
But like, yeah, she literally did the exact same thing. She tried to control him through religion by arming like the poor religious folk, and then her backup plan was explosives.
Oh, I'm not gonna arm religious people. It's just gonna be a few lieutenants, and then it's just gonna be me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Also, they don't have explosives, so anything worthwhile anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wish you luck.
Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah,
I think that is my cost-effective plan.
Is it cost effective?
Well, yeah, because my original plan is just helicopter, whole lot of weaponry. You know.
Pricey.
Yeah, the helicopter alone is just it puts me over the budget. So.
Yeah, you just need a couple turkeys. Explosives.
Couple jersey. Oh, I still need to arm myself with like things like chainmail and like armor and stuff like that.
Matthew, we're looking over the expenses for the medieval takeover, and you're just a little over budget. Do we have to go with the helicopter?
See, that's what the conversation's gonna be like. And I'll be like, you know what? Okay, we'll pull back on that. Can I just have an iPad with like a hand pump battery and?
Sure, but can we bring the turkeys below 1,000 count? Can we get less?
I need a refrigerator for the turkeys too. I need a refrigerator for the turkeys.
I brought spoiled turkey. Oh shit! No, don't look at that.
Yeah, and it's all gonna need to be so. At night, I'm gonna need somewhere to go. I can't trust the castle, so I'm gonna hide and camouflage this shipping container full of all my stuff that I need for this takeover in somewhere in the woods somewhere and lock it up. Maybe if things go so south that we just need to throw it all away, I'll have like some biological diseases and things like that. I just go to the next castle, you know. In the event that you just need to wipe it all clean, it's a total failure.
I don't know. I think, like in all the movies where like Earth gets like invaded by aliens, and like humans always win because they're like, I don't care that like you have like superior technology. We're still gonna like fly a plane straight into the
Independence Day.
Yeah, they're gonna go Independence Day on your ass. They're gonna.
Well, I'm not blowing up their cities initially.
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 I think you're putting too much stock in these weapons. And I think one of them is just gonna like follow you back to your little cargo container at night and just steal your turkey and then kill you.
I'm gonna lock the door. I'm not gonna let him. I'm not gonna let him in.
I don't know how much that's gonna do.
Also, I'm gonna not just, happy-go-lucky, just walk back to my container. I'm obviously gonna make sure nobody's following me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some procedures. Don't take the same way home every night.
I don't know. I'm not convinced.
There's gonna be. All right, ask me more questions. I will convince you of my plan.
I don't know. I don't have any more questions, I guess, but.
If you have anything else, I'll be more than happy to answer them.
Okay, I think I talked about this last time, but remember like Tabs, the game where like you'd pit armies against each other?
Oh yeah.
Like we need to try that. We need to try you with your big machine gun, and then just like 1,000 peasants.
Well, the thing with
no
Tabs is
weapons.
it's like an open battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't just engage him in an open battlefield like that. Like I would if I could set up this scenario in a good way, it would be something like that, where there's a choke point, where like they can't just encircle me or rush me, so that they have to come at me from a certain direction.
They don't have to come at you.
Okay.
Again, they're not NPCs. They don't just
Right.
have to bum rush you.
Right,
They
they
don't
don't
just
just-
like, hey,
them.
let's not do that.
Yeah, let's
All
just
right, well then,
stay in
and
the
then
Let's regroup and think about this.
exactly. So once they regroup, then I either bug out or I figure out another plan to. Well, this is
I
if
think
things.
you're getting rocked either way.
This is if things get
One guy.
violent. You think I'm getting rocked?
Yeah, you're one guy.
Like literally rocked, or
Oh,
like just
maybe
getting
both.
killed?
You know,
Maybe.
rock
I think
like
it
the Queen
depends.
song.
I think depending on the situation, I think I might have a chance.
I think you're gonna like come up to them with like the iPad, and they're gonna be like, "All right, look, I got this cart. I'm wheeling. I don't care. What is that? I don't care."
Well, that's why you go for the nobles first. People
Ah.
get their attention first,
Okay.
and be like, "Listen, homie," and they're gonna be like, "Witchcraft." All right. But hopefully, if they listen, then
Just wipe off the prince like, oh shit. It was him.
You're just gonna be the end of this match. You're just be like in the castle alone, like with your one like.
I really messed this up, huh?
That's what I'm talking
Man.
about. You just release the plague if things get really bad, and then like you get out of there.
The one guy like at the bottom, like, I love the king. Yes, spare me.
You just try to
Go
impress
to
them
the
with
next castle.
religious miracles, and then if that doesn't work, you just go to the next castle, and you start over again, and you learn from your mistakes. It's a learning process, you know. All right. Well, I think
We spent a long time talking about it.
I think we've had enough of taking over military castles. I guess to reach some sort of conclusion, who had the cheapest option? I think it was.
I think it was me.
What was your thing?
I
again?
just brought like information, and I was like,
Yeah.
like I know this thing's that's about to happen.
Yeah, I think yours definitely was the cheapest. Would it work?
Yes. No, I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe
All right.
not. Probably not.
Well, I encourage you people at home to take a couple of minutes and think about whether you can conquer medieval castle.
Drop a comment with your 3-page plan, and
Yeah, I need 3 pages,
Yeah.
double spaced, 12-point
Need a
font.
budget.
budget.
Yeah.
Specific castle,
I mean,
year,
yeah, I
month,
need you
day.
to test it out.
Yeah.
Actually, go out into the European countryside and try to take over a castle. All right. Well, time to move on to the next topic.
Okay.
Who is going?
Take a break.
Oh, take a break. Okay. We are back from our break now.
Yes.
Who is going first with their topic?
I got. What are you doing? I don't know.
It's up to you.
Okay.
I think I have a topic. But...
I got. If you want more time to think of yours, I got something.
I have
I got,
something.
no, you got something. Okay, go for it.
All right, Michael,
If
go
you
for
want
it.
Okay. This is something I've thought about a bit. So, in like TV and movies and everything, there's this weird like nostalgia and like style of like the 80s and the 90s and everything, like this, I don't know, like art movement where it's like, oh, we're really fascinated with like the 80s, like Stranger Things.
Oh yeah.
And things like that, where it's like this, I don't know, huge hard on for 80s stuff. My question is, where is all the early 2000s nostalgia, and what's it going to look like we have series set in that, and like what are we gonna focus on with nostalgia? Like what's gonna be remembered from that time?
Well,
That's gonna be
I don't know. I can't answer that second question, but I can tell you that for the first question, I think when are we going to see it? We're going to see it in like I think a couple more years, because we're sort of like, I think, you know,
it's a little recent. I think.
Yeah. We sort of dream about the, you know, a different time when things seemed easy. You know, it's always like one of those things like the grass is greener, kind of thing, and we kind of idealize a different time.
Okay, I think that's a better way to phrase my question, because like we really idealize like the 80s and the 90s and like the specific art style, which was not really a thing, but it's kind of like I guess inspired by like stuff from the time. What's gonna be like the fantasy stylization of the early 2000s, or even like the 2010s, because we're almost done.
Yeah. I guess it'll just reflect like some of the. I think if I had to guess, it's going to happen in like maybe another like 5-10 years. I think in another 5-10 years it'll happen, and we'll take like how you mentioned how like the 80s weren't actually really like sort of like the style that's cropping up now. It'll be something like that. It'll take like extreme examples from like cringy videos, like music videos, something like that, or like celebrity styles, and they'll amplify it and sort of view the early 2000s in that lens, just like we did for the 80s, or like the culture's doing right now for like the 80s and the 90s. Yeah.
Okay. You know what I think the theme is gonna be? Like the whole idea of like this is why we're being nostalgic for the 2000s. It's gonna be like they didn't live in like a techno dystopia, you know? Like it'd be like, because it's the 2000s. I feel like the really unique thing about them is gonna be like we still had like computers, you know, and technology, and we had nice computers, right? Nice modernish feeling laptops, and like phones with screens towards the end of it, right? And but like we didn't have like, you know, Alexa and Google Home in our homes, you know, and we never like had this thing where like Facebook every 6 months there was like a what?
I thought you were gonna trigger the Google Home.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Get out of here. What was this? Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like because that's like that weird period of time where like we had technology, but we also had like privacy and like didn't have to worry about like technology being everything. It was just getting good and not completely a part of our lives.
Okay, so you're thinking very like social and like economical. I'm thinking about like
like
cultural.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know, because last night we watched Scream 2.
That freaking
movie. I kind of liked it because it was kind of like a snapshot of like the late 90s, like very early 2000s.
Right.
With like the style and the fashion. Yeah, I don't know.
I guess I can't. I'm not really sure. The reason I like that sort of 80s, 90s style is I like the colors. Like I've come around to really liking how like some of the colors, even if it is not an actual representation of what they dress like back then.
I think I could like pinpoint like a specific color scheme for like the 80s and the 90s and the 70s even.
Brown.
The
70s. Well, at 70s,
the 70s is brown.
Yeah.
Like a maroon,
earthy.
Orange. Yeah, very earthy and kind of pukey.
So
then what's the color gonna be
for the early 2000s and the 2010s? I don't know.
So like a few years ago, was there a 70s push before the 80s kind of push of like the neon kind of colors and things like that?
I don't know. It might be a new thing that kind of just started with the 80s. With like people getting older from that time.
Yeah.
Vaporwave and everything, and
Vaporwave is great. That's kind of what I'm thinking of, because Vaporwave is like a really hyper stylized and not realistic depiction of like 90s. I don't know, like culture. So I'm kind of excited to see like what that looks like in the future if that happens again.
Or maybe this is just a purely our generation kind of thing. Like maybe it's just sort of like the culture and mindset of our generation, and maybe the next generation
just won't care,
won't do anything like
that's
that.
Interesting.
I don't know. Something to think about. It's entirely possible.
Huh.
I don't know.
I'm just ready to start seeing early 2000s period pieces. Just see all the horrible, cringy fashion and all of that.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
Oh man.
Although I don't remember the early. I remember the late 2000s better than,
Well,
I
of
wasn't
course,
paying
we
much
were
attention in
we were very young back then.
Late 2000s was like middle school, maybe.
Yeah.
Like 2009, 2008.
That's wild.
I just remember like plaid cargo shorts.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
like polo tees, like
I had a
pop
bunch of
collar.
those.
What else? You remember those pants that you would zip them and they would turn into shorts? You have
Oh.
those?
I remember in elementary school, towards the end, like a big thing was like those shirts, or like they had a writing on them or whatever. It was like, I don't do homework.
Oh
Or something
yeah.
stupid like that. Or like, real men wear pink. Just like a pink shirt.
Walmart graphic tees.
Yeah.
Like tap out. You remember tap out?
Oh, yeah.
Still a thing in some communities.
It's just
Who
that's
haven't
cringy. It's
moved
not even
on.
it's not even a thing in the MMA community
No,
anymore.
no.
It's
I've never seen that. I think I've heard of it, but I never. Maybe I just never noticed it.
oh no,
Tap out
yeah, and
thing.
like in
horrible.
like the early 2000s, yeah, it was like a big MMA brand, and like it turned into a lot of it. They sponsored a lot of MMA people and mixed martial artists, and it's sort of like, I guess, oh, they're fighting, they're really tough, really cool. I'm gonna wear tap out too because I'm tough, I'm cool. That's usually what I saw it as anyway.
Tap out.
Ironically enough, I wanted some tap out shirts during the height of when that was going around. But
Yikes.
that died out quick.
Yeah.
What's up?
I was just, if I had to guess, like what one of those scenes of like, in an 80s movie, like the
Yeah.
80s scene, this, I would guess it's probably gonna lean more towards, okay, I feel like it would lean more towards stuff in the last half, right? Because like the first half of the 2000s was kind of just the 90s, right? It's too close to the 90s.
Yeah, it was similar.
Yeah. So like, I feel like you'd have like Katy Perry, right? You got Katy Perry.
No.
Everyone's got,
No.
What do you mean? 2008.
That's 20 teens. That's like 2011, 2012. I feel like.
I mean, Katy Perry was around.
She was
Kelly-
around,
but
yeah.
she wasn't like big.
Maybe Kelly Clarkson, then something like that. I don't know.
I would say
Beyonce,
Britney Spears,
right? Oh,
things
that's
like
true.
that. Justin Timberlake, who was at that time in what's it called? What was his band? NSYNC, yeah,
Ah,
right. Like
okay.
boy bands like NSYNC and stuff like that. I think that's early 2000s.
Okay.
I think pop stars like Katy Perry and stuff are like
That's
20,
true. They're later, yeah.
20 teens, early 20 teens, yeah.
So that's the music.
Alex, you mind throwing this out?
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks.
The white MacBook. The white MacBook.
Oh, the big old
The-
ones?
yeah, like the one that was white and curved, and the one that I always wanted. It was
So,
cool.
so you know
We're
how
gonna
like
have that.
so you know how like now, not entirely, right? Obviously not entirely, but you know how like now, like same thing with the sort of 80s and early 90s sort of culture also making its way sort of into like fashion. Or do you think if the trend does continue, are people going to be wearing like some of the cringy stuff? They're going to bring back the white tips or the bleach tips?
Frosted tips.
Yeah,
Those,
frosted tips.
those are like kind of 90s, I guess. And those I really hope never come back.
There's a lot of trends from that period of like early 2000s that I was just like, no.
Are there
Those
any?
never need to come
Are there
back.
any in the caricature of the early 2000s? Like, is there anything like good or possibly fashionable that could be like
See, I think that's why it's not a thing yet, because we still look back on it and we're like, oh,
disgusting?
because it's still in like the memory of like, oh yeah, back when I was in high school, like for people older than us, we're like, yeah, I wore this like weird clothing. I'm
Yeah,
still
me-
embarrassed of it, so it's not going to make its way into like popular culture quite yet until people are over the embarrassment. That was
Yeah,
the
maybe
thing.
it's like you're saying. Maybe it's just impossible for us to sort of view what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because we have our generational sort of mindset of what, like I think that 80s aesthetic is really cool, and I love the color schemes of like the neons and signs and like I don't know what that sort of pink is called. Like, look at that shoe. I like that.
Outrun, I think that's the style you're thinking of, like Outrun, like neon, like pink,
Is
and, like
is that-
dark. It's like night, like a
Is that what that's called?
yeah,
The Outrun? Oh, okay.
like a sports car, like a Ferrari at
Yeah,
night,
yeah,
driving through like
yeah.
Miami with
Yeah,
like
yeah,
neon
yeah.
colors. That's Outrun, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then Vaporwave would be the 90s.
Yeah, I like that sort of. I don't know. I think the thing about that time period to me is less about the style and more about like the colors.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love the colors.
What are the colors of the? I'm thinking in my mind the colors of the early 2000s.
I'm thinking red.
I'm thinking Nickelodeon colors.
You think
Ooh.
Nickelodeon
So like
colors?
orange, neon, or like slime green.
Slime green, yeah.
It's just gonna be slime. That's the only theme.
Yeah, because like all like the kids shows back then, like Drake and Josh, iCarly.
Green.
You think of like the graphics of that show. It's like green, orange, these bright and weird kind of colors. I just think Nickelodeon for some reason.
What sort of adult entertainment was going on around that time? I don't mean like adult like XXX. I mean like what sort of like shows were going on around that time? Early 2000s.
That was before like the golden age of television, because the 2010s are like when TV started to be like a real like big deal.
Yeah.
Before that, it was like I don't know, like sitcoms.
a lot of sitcoms.
A lot of sitcoms. There weren't many dramas because that came later, but there was The Sopranos. Was
Deep-
the thing.
Lost was it right?
Lost.
That's right.
Was it?
I don't
Was
know.
that later?
I think Lost in the
No.
early 2000s.
Yeah.
Do you want me to
I think it's
Look it up?
I'm still
Yeah.
thinking the second half.
me?
I think you got Kelly Clarkson, right, or Beyonce. You got Lost. You got that white MacBook. You got Facebook. Everybody's starting to use Facebook. Is gonna be the
That's a
thing.
little later.
No, I think it was before 2010. It's gonna be like,
Early to
but it's gonna be like the
But it's
same
at
way
the
that.
later half of the 20.
That's what I mean though. Like think about it in like Stranger Things, how like they'll be using things or like technology that are like ubiquitous or were ubiquitous, but they're just learning about it or they're just starting. And so it's gonna be like, hey, are you on Facebook yet? You know, and that's gonna be like the line like
Gonna
on
be the scene in the
Facebook,
movie.
right? I don't know. I think because like it could be MySpace too, but that
I think MySpace is more early 2000s than Facebook in my mind.
that's true. Yeah.
Early YouTube, like
Oh.
very early YouTube.
So The Office, House, Friends apparently ran in the early 2000s.
That's more 90s.
No, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Sopranos, like you said, that doesn't count. Family Guy, I guess, but that's still going on.
Maybe
The Simpsons.
South Park.
Really?
I think South Park is
Oh.
South Park, yeah.
that kind of like edge. Oh yeah, that kind of like edgy TV shows started coming around at that time.
Scrubs literally was the 2000s. This went from 2001 to 2010. Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh.
But
The
yeah,
Wire.
I think like edgy like adult cartoons came around that time, like King of the Hill, Family Guy, South Park. I think all kind of started around there, and that was like a big thing, a big like marker of that time. I don't know.
All right.
What about memes?
Memes
Were just
no.
like early
No.
memes, cringy memes.
Well, memes have been around like I don't know, like whatever you define a meme as.
I
They've
guess
been around forever, but
cringy internet, like rage faces. That has to have been the very end of the of the 2000s, right? Like 2009.
Mythbusters, early
Oh,
2000s.
shit. That's true. Bill Nye.
Aye.
But no, memes like what Rage Comics, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
I think that was very early 2010s.
Yeah, I was gonna
Really?
say that. I think that came out in the
Yeah.
early 2010s, and then like they've evolved.
And
to-
memes like that's kind of when like memes became like a mainstream like big thing like they are
Don't
now.
let your memes
Okay.
be memes.
Which those, oh my god, looking back on that, that's horrible. I think that'll be a marker of like the 2010s.
Yeah.
In those movies, like, oh, check out this meme, Rage Comics, Troll Face.
Also some movies that came out in the early 2000s.
It's really bad.
So bad.
Batman Begins, Gladiator, the first Harry Potter movie came out in
Harry
2001.
Potter.
Yeah.
Troy that we were talking about came out in 2004.
Good.
We were talking about it last night during our scary movie night. Lord of the Rings, the first one, came out in 2001. Let's see if there's any other like really historic kind of movies. Wow, The Return of the King came out in 2003. That was a quick turnover period. Did they record?
No, they filmed them all at once, actually.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
That makes sense because I was like, that's literally like only 2 years
they
later.
released one every year.
Wow.
That's wild.
Wow. They don't usually do that. For all you women out there,
What?
Mean Girls came out in 2004.
I mean,
Mean Girls is not a women's
great
movie. Mean Girls is a good movie.
Mean Girls is a man flick.
Matthew, I think you just haven't watched Mean Girls.
I have watched Mean Girls, and
For all you
Your
women.
fragile masculinity is like, I don't like Mean Girls.
it's
Girls
no,
is
it's not even that. It's just
universally-
it's not like that great of a movie.
It's fantastic.
It's
Like
great.
I thought it was funny and I enjoyed myself, but like
well, that's a good movie. That's all you need.
well,
That's all you
not
need.
necessarily. Like I enjoyed watching Scream 2, but would I call it a good movie? No.
Well, you enjoyed it.
Sure, yeah. I'm not saying Mean Girls is a bad movie, but like I wasn't, just to clarify, I wasn't saying for all you girls out there as in like a bad way. You know, I'm not saying like men can't enjoy it. I'm just saying like who. All right, well I apologize if that's how it came off, but let's be realistic. Who's gonna bring up Mean Girls, a guy or a girl?
I don't know. That
Mean
just
Girls
doesn't
has
feel like
Terry Crews in it.
Mean Girls.
Mean Girls has Terry Crews.
Yeah.
I
I
know.
don't think you've seen Mean Girls.
No, I have.
Matthew.
It's just I watched it back in high school. I watched it once and kind of like, all right, it was fun. All right, listen, this isn't my hill to die on. Roll credits. This is my for real though. On a serious note, this is my hill to die on. If I was wrong for saying that, then
Just future, like,
it is what it is.
additional confirmation that Matthew's podcast is sexist.
Ooh, confirmed.
How dare you, Mike?
For all you women out there who
Oh
watch
my
Mean
God.
Girls, it's not sexist.
Rebecca and Jasmine, you were right.
Rebecca, I'm telling you, I'm gonna get Rebecca on the show. I want Rebecca on the show. I have a list. Well, I threw it over there now. I'm not gonna grab it at the moment, but I have a list of things I want to ask Rebecca. That we had a conversation in the GD lab. I want to ask her all these things about herself that she revealed to me in this one conversation. That's just very intriguing that I want to ask her. And I want Jasmine on the show, but she doesn't want to get on the show. Believe me, I want women on the show. I want it to happen.
If you play Mean Girls on the TV, maybe they'll,
Maybe they'll come.
Oh shit! Look at that. We need to have a Mean Girls movie night.
Sure.
That's what this sounds like.
Sure. All right, yeah, there's not many other movies that are notable there. I also have photos of early 2000s fashion.
Oh, God.
Yikes.
Let's see.
Take a look.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not great.
Like crop tops, bandanas for some reason.
A lot of denim.
Lots of denim.
A
Wow.
lot of denim.
Wow.
But that's denim is sort of coming around now as well. There's a lot of denim now.
But, like, not like it was.
There's also a lot look at this. Rebecca would be proud. She always talks about the monochromatic moment. Right there.
I think Rebecca dresses very 90s as it is.
She does, yeah.
What were men wearing? This is all women.
You know,
Early
she
Male, early
does.
2000s fashion.
Rebecca does dress very 90s.
Or like early 2000s, yeah.
I'm gonna do a little click. Oh, there's the denim.
Oh my God.
Oh shit! Green.
Baggy shirts.
What is
He's got like 5 collars and they're all popped.
Shit.
Oh,
Denim hat.
man.
Oh, that is. Yeah.
Oh,
That's rough.
Naughty's fashion is coming back. Oh
no,
my
it's
God.
not. Please don't make it come back.
Well, the internet said it is.
Oh,
So.
man,
Look at
that's
those baggy clothes. I remember those.
that is. Oh my god.
Oh, there's Nelly,
That's
Jasmine's
just-
favorite.
That is just rough.
Oh, they used to have football. Football.
Football.
Holding a football. That's so 2000.
I bet you they don't know.
He's a man.
Yeah.
Don't know anything about football.
Jinko jeans. Jinko jeans. Those need to
What
die
is
in
that?
hell
Oh
and never
my
come
I've
back.
never seen
god!
those before.
Absolutely
Oh,
not.
shit.
This man can't be serious.
No,
Is
that was a
tap out?
thing.
That is just.
No, tap out. You do not remember tap
Oh.
out?
I think I've seen. I can
Show him
remember
tap
the-
out. Because you'll
Let's-
instantly recognize it.
Yeah,
Oh,
shirts like
The
that.
edgy
okay,
guys.
yeah.
You
who are
must have
Yeah.
seen Tap
No,
Out.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they changed the logo. Look at that. I guess. Yeah. I guess they kind of had to. You know. I guess they kind of have to. After
Pretty horrible.
after these shirts got memed to hell and like nobody really wore them anymore. I guess they kind of had to change the logo. I guess they moved to wrestlers now because now it's just wrestlers wearing Tap Out.
Wow.
Professional wrestlers.
I think that was the whole thing from the beginning. Was like wrestlers, but it was like WWE, like that.
Oh, this is actually these are MMA fighters.
Oh, what?
Yeah, these are all MMA. That's Rashad Evans.
See,
that's
tap
Diego
out just
Alves.
exudes WWE energy to me. Like really fake, over the top,
Right.
macho wrestling.
Tap out glasses. What?
Oh, glasses in the early 2000s. You had like the
Ooh.
like the weird, like,
Oh yeah, like the.
sporty shades.
Oh, those. That was a 2000s thing.
You know, like Oakley's.
Oh yeah. Okay, wait. Yeah.
Not,
Oh.
not that we were. What?
What about shirts with those animals on them? The shirt with the The big
wolves?
animal's face on it, yeah.
Like howling wolves and like a moon.
No, I just mean like I maybe I saw a lot of these in my junior high for some reason, but it was like shirt. It would be like a T-shirt, and it's just like a big frog face on it, you know, and it's like fading out into the general color of the frog. No, okay. Well, yeah, maybe that won't make it into the film.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know about that. Well, I guess I don't know if we have anything else more to say about 90s fashion or culture. I guess to conclude it out, it's kind of hard to predict, especially since we're not like fashion people. But I think if the trend continues, it'll definitely be like some sort of idealized kind of view. Hopefully not the bad stuff. Hopefully not the denim on denim.
The big iMac. That's gonna be in the movie. The big iMac. That
big
has to
iMac?
be in the
You
movie.
think
The
so?
one people turn into fish tanks. Yeah.
All right. But Alex is a hill to die on.
Yeah, I do.
He has a topic.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know what his topic is.
Yeah.
So let's move on to that.
Okay. So this came up while you were going to the bathroom, Matthew. On the topic of going to the bathroom, I thought this was my thought that Michael did not agree with. I thought it'd be nice to wouldn't it just be fun to like one day, you know, you nothing to do that day. It's a weekend, right? No obligations, and you're just at home, right? And you go and you buy a diaper or a pack of diapers, right? But only use one, and then just put it on, and then just go.
Alex, you're out of your goddamn mind.
Exactly. This is exactly what I
Wait,
said.
hear me out.
Wouldn't it be fun? Yeah. Hey, Fred, what'd you do this weekend? Oh, you know, I just I hung out on the couch, pissed myself.
Alex.
Real fun.
Okay. Yeah, what?
Alex.
What?
Who thinks of this?
Okay, think about it though. Think what I think would be fun is like, you know, like I haven't peed myself in a while. The last time I peed myself,
It's been too long, you know, since I peed myself.
okay, yeah, but like when
Alex, I haven't peed myself in a while.
exactly.
Come on.
That's my middle name. But like, remember when like I don't know, you'd like wet the bed, right? And you'd be like,
Yeah, Saturday.
Saturday. Okay, but like you're wetting the bed, right? And you're like you wake up in the middle of it and you're like, fuck, I'm peeing right now, and it feels good to pee, right? But it's bad that I'm wetting the
I think
bed.
the last time I did that was like I was 4 years old, so I don't think I was thinking like, oh fuck, this is so embarrassing.
Okay,
I
well,
was
yeah.
a child.
Okay, well that's fair. But like I just think it'd be nice to be able just to feel what it's like, just to get the experience, right? To just pee yourself and then think, I can just keep going. This is fine. I now have this knowledge in my brain of what it's like to pee myself safely.
See, what I was saying to you earlier was like, it's not like a relief like where you go to the bathroom and it's in the toilet and it's just like gone, you know, it's like, oh, I'm clear of it. What a relief. It's gonna feel like pissing your pants.
Okay, yes.
And you're gonna be like, I'm peeing and it feels great, but I can feel just the piss pooling in this diaper. It's
Okay, yes.
warm.
Yes, but see, that's what I mean. That's what I'm looking for.
That's not relieving at all. Now you're like, oh.
No, okay, maybe it'll feel weird, right? But you can rest assured that you're just gonna throw away the diaper.
Yeah, but
And
listen.
you're gonna clean yourself up. Okay,
Listen.
yeah, you're gonna have to clean. It's a little cleaning work to
The
do.
diapers,
right?
diapers are just, what's it called? Diapers are just, fuck, what's the name of that? What is the, shit.
What is the?
No, there's a
Describe the word.
There's a word I'm looking for. Like, just to throw it out. Or diapers are just one use.
Disposable.
Yeah, diapers are just disposable underwear. They're just one use underwear.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's all it
You don't
is.
want to pee in
So
your
do you want
underwear.
to pee your underwear?
No,
It's gonna be
because-
the same sensation.
No, okay, it's gonna be the same
Because
sensation.
you're just gonna
but,
feel the.
Hold on.
You're gonna feel the.
I
the
know I'm gonna
piss.
feel. That's the part of it. Not that I'm like. Not that I.
You
really-
just want the experience of being a 1-year-old.
You just want to pee your pants.
Look. I wanna pee my.
You don't want to. You
Trying to
don't
say
want to
this
wear.
out
You don't want to wear grown-up pants. You don't want to wear jeans.
I don't want to do this on the regular.
You don't want to wear shoes.
I want to
and
do.
you just want to wear a diaper.
Hold on.
You just want one
just wanna
time.
be a
I
baby.
want one time. Being a baby would be nice, stress free, right?
So we're just
one
gonna-
time I want to pee myself, and you can just pee because it's just the experience. You know, it's just the experience.
You just want the interesting experience of
Yeah.
peeing yourself.
Yeah, and then you can just throw the diaper away, and you can just let go. And while you're peeing yourself, you don't have to worry like, God, how am I gonna get this out? You know.
I really hope this isn't like a hill to die on for you because
I don't know. I think it'd be fun. One
my
time,
God.
I'm curious. One time,
Why fun? Why is fun the word?
Okay,
you
I don't know
choose?
about fun, but interesting.
Yeah,
Right?
certainly interesting.
Yeah.
That's one word for it. Yeah.
You wouldn't do it at all? You guys
No,
wouldn't do it?
never.
No, probably not.
Even if I'm sitting there peeing myself.
Why would
right?
you be there?
Because I got a diaper. I can be wherever I want.
Oh, I thought you were like there in the room with me.
No, I can.
Like, all right, Michael, let's go ahead and go. Anytime you feel
We'll all
like
do
it.
it together.
Listen.
Because it's not weird.
Just me and the
because we got
boys.
diapers.
Me and the boys chilling.
Yeah, but no, it's kind of weird if I'm sitting there and just be like, "Hey, Matthew, I just peed."
Okay.
Nice.
You telling me though that's not because that's technically something we could do is all sit together and just all pee and just
Listen,
not even tell each
what
other
the
and not even know. No.
The only
And then-
way I would do this is if I was very drunk and you bought the Depends underwear diapers, okay? Because like that's the only way it's gonna happen. I would need to be blasted.
I'm more of a Huggies guy myself.
I would need to be drunk out of my mind.
Yeah.
To even think about doing this.
I just would love the novelty of being able to know and say like, yeah, I have done this as an adult. I have peed myself to experience
out of
what
your
the baby feels.
That's
and then I
ridiculous.
haven't done it since, but I just wanted to let you know that I did it. And it felt
And that person would be like, okay, I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
Yeah,
Okay,
this
yes.
conversation is over.
But because it's a diaper, you don't have to tell anyone. Nobody knows. Again, not gonna do it more than once. But I mean, it's like, you know how people like to cross like faux pas and you like to do things that aren't allowed.
Is this a fetish?
Like no.
I'm
sound like a
sure it
fetish?
is, but
Is it a fetish that
to
exists?
somebody? Yeah,
Probably.
But wait, what's
Okay,
What'd
like,
you say? Cross the
a faux pas, you know,
What's
like
that?
a thing you're not allowed to, you know, a thing you're not supposed to
Oh,
do.
like a taboo.
Yeah, taboo. Yeah, you know, like peeing yourself. Not only is it an inconvenience, it's a taboo multiple ways. It's a taboo socially. You can't just pee, which is fair, right? But it's also a taboo. It's like your own taboo, you know. Like I can't pee. I'm not gonna allow myself to pee myself. That's gross.
Oh my God.
It's no longer a taboo.
Fucking sweet Jesus.
When you're wearing a diaper. And I just want to be able to transgress that social barrier, you know, that faux pas, and just do it once, and then it's just trespassing, you know, like, ooh, I trespassed, you know, like I'm being rebellious.
Alex, no.
We should note that Alex is the only person who has not been drinking this evening.
I have water. I'm hydrated.
Somehow, yeah, Alex, the sober one, has come up with this idea. Alex, I am trying to find a redeeming thing here, and I guess.
Right? You
But
okay.
no, I would never actually do it.
You don't have to go outside though. You can just do it in the comfort of your own home. You can just say,
Why are you going outside to pee?
No, I mean, I was
he's-
assuming you're feeling the pressure to go outside while you're wearing this diaper. I'm just clarifying that I mean put it on, pee, throw it in the trash.
That just
You know?
seems like
Yeah?
that just seems like a waste of my time, money, and energy.
A little act. It doesn't feel like a little act of rebellion, you know? Like
No,
I'm doing something
I
I'm not
would
supposed to
Stick to
do.
the man. I'm gonna pee myself.
I would literally just be doing it to say I peed in an adult diaper.
Exactly, and there's no harm, no foul. You just
Yeah, but do I want to proudly say that?
Oh, okay. Well, you don't.
Seems more embarrassing than anything.
Okay, I guess it's more like a. I was gonna say self-discovery. That sounds so dumb. But I mean, okay.
So it is a fetish.
No, I mean something. It's just something. I'm trying to think of another example. Just something that you've done and you only did it once.
Just to say you did it?
Yeah, and you don't even have to tell people. It's just ooh, I did that. You know, I did that thing. This is the worst example, right? But
I guess
pulling a flash drive out
I
without
guess.
ejecting it, right?
Oh, I
It's
never
that.
eject a flash drive.
Oh well. See, I normally eject them all the time, religiously. And then one time, I remember, I don't remember when it was, but I remember I did it. I was like, ooh, what happens if I pull this flash drive out and don't eject it? And nothing happened. Yeah. And I never tell anyone, but it was just out of curiosity, right? I was just, what is this gonna feel like?
That's probably a topic in and of itself. You're the one person I know who ejects their flash
You
drive.
have to. Sometimes you don't do it and the data gets corrupted.
All my life just boom, take it out. Nothing has happened to me.
Okay, well.
Now maybe I'm asking for it now, but Michael, do you eject your
Don't
flash
jinx
drive?
this. You're gonna corrupt the audio again.
Do you eject your flash drive?
I try to, yeah.
Oh wow.
You're supposed to,
Not
because you
always.
never know if something's being moved onto if something's being moved
Because
on
I
and
work
off
with
the flash
big
drive.
files that take a lot
Yeah.
of time to work on. I don't want to mess with that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
but
I guess.
can you think of other examples that things that you guys have done that were things like that where ooh, I just want to see what this is like, I just want to experience this, not to tell anyone or do it, just out of curiosity, right? You
gotta give me a minute. I gotta think.
It's hard to think of examples besides peeing yourself, you know. But
I mean,
what is there?
Things that I've just done just to say I've done them.
Yeah, or just to know you've done them. Like
crack.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, like doing something. Yeah, I guess it's just doing something a little differently. You know, where you're like, ooh, this is the way I normally do things, and this is the way I think I'm supposed to do it. But if I do it this way, that I've always wondered about what it's like. You know, like.
I mean, I probably have, but there's nothing that I can like think off the top of my head that like.
What about like things that instruct you not to do this and you do it anyways? I feel like that's the genre of actions we're in right now. Things that you're disobeying what it says on the box.
Well, I think that's different. That's just you're just rebelling just to rebelling.
Okay, that's fair.
Or just not listening to the instructions. Like you're not supposed to do this, and I've only done this a handful of times.
Yeah.
I don't recommend this at all because you could die. I've had Advil and drank, not like very close to each other, but like I had Advil earlier in the day, and then like hours later into the night I drank. You're not supposed to do that.
Even though you knew you weren't supposed to do it.
I knew I was supposed to do it,
did
but I did it anyway.
Right? What? Because you were curious, or
no? Because I wanted to drink.
Oh well.
Because I wanted to have fun.
That's fair.
It was probably
curious, like, how much can I mess up my liver?
Yeah, I wasn't actively trying to kill myself. It was like I have a headache right now, and I want to go out and drink later. I'm gonna risk it, and I just took like instead of 2 tablets, I'll take like 1. Oh. But I've only done that like once or twice. I try to avoid doing that. Like yesterday, I had a headache all day, but I knew I wanted to drink when we were hanging out, so I just didn't take an Advil.
Okay.
And then eventually the headache went away.
Interesting.
As we started drinking, ironically.
Huh. Okay, I can't think of other examples, but I don't know. I want to clarify that I don't have this wish to pee myself.
You've already dug the hole, Alex. It's already dug.
I don't think there's any redeeming it. You've been talking for like 20 minutes about how interesting it would be to pee yourself.
Shit. Okay. Yeah.
There's nothing.
I stand by it. I stand by it. It's just an experience that I think exists out there and that I've never had.
You know, Alex, I refuse. I'll include it in the podcast, but I refuse this to be the last topic we have on the show. It's not.
Let's get something else. Come on.
It's not happening. No way.
I was gonna also wonder why do we not use umbrellas like parasols? You know, like why don't
like what?
I feel like an umbrella for the sun.
What's a parasol?
A parasol is just it's an umbrella, but like I guess it's just like in Spanish it's umbrella, right? And it's the term just for sun. Right? And then I guess because it's a parasol if you use it for the sun. So, like, you know, we're putting on sunscreen and we're all sticky and gross. And then you got to, keep putting on sunscreen. Like, why don't you just, put the umbrella. Like, I feel like if you had an umbrella and you were walking around in the middle of summer, you'd be really comfortable and you'd be in the shade and all. But people would look at you like, why do you have an umbrella? Yeah,
because that is weird.
Yeah, but why is it weird? I feel like it should make total sense. Like, I don't want to get hit by these UV rays.
Because then you're just going to be a pale vampire.
Okay, well, yeah, but you're not going to... you don't have to go all the time under the umbrella, but you're like, shit, it's really bright out today.
And you have to carry it around. Like, even when it is raining and I bring out the umbrella, I'm like, fuck, man, I gotta carry my umbrella today. Like, that sucks. Like, I don't want to have to carry this thing around.
That's... Yeah.
You know?
I don't know.
I want those UV rays.
You want the UV rays. Okay, but...
A healthy amount.
Think of the days where you're like, dang, I'm in the sun right now and I'd rather be in the shade.
I just walk to the shade.
Okay, yeah, but what if while you walk into the shade, you're going to be in the sun? Why don't you just bring your umbrella?
Like the most convenient, like, corner-cutting solutions to every problem in the weirdest way. It's like, I have to go to the bath. I have to get up and go to the bathroom. What if I just peed myself
What if I just had diapers right now? Yeah, just peed myself.
Walking around with umbrellas and diapers, and this is me in 5 years. Oh, man.
I would, if I got a sponsorship from Depends, for the right amount of money, I'll do it.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, for a lot of money. For certain actions, for a certain amount of money, I'll do it.
Pay me to pee myself.
I will show myself out in certain situations. I'll do it.
Okay.
I will do it. Like, I don't really like spaghetti, but like if a pasta company was like, dude, you're gonna like spaghetti now for like $1 million
podcasts.
For like $1 million, yeah, sure. I'll be a spaghetti shill all day night. I don't really like Chipotle, but if Chipotle came around and was like, dude, $5 million, pimp out Chipotle, I'd be like, yeah, Sure. Taco Bell who?
Okay, check out this
Yikes.
foolproof argument.
No loyalty.
Ready? Let's say I paid you money to use your umbrella for the sun. Would you do it?
How much?
Good amount.
I need
Give me a number.
I need a number.
Well, this hinges on how much money do you spend on sunscreen a year?
No,
$0.
almost
It's kind of around.
I've had the same bottle of sunscreen for like 2 years.
Give you almost $0.
Well, I'll
almost
almost
$0
never wear the umbrella outside.
Yeah, that's damn.
Yeah. That'll be your answer.
Wouldn't it just be nice though? There's some days where you could just be in the shade your whole
No, because
walk.
then people are gonna look at you, and there's a social toll.
That's what I mean. Though, why is it a social? Like, don't you wish it wasn't?
No,
No, it's not really something I think about very often.
I'm one of the people who looks at somebody who has an umbrella out in the middle of the day and it's sunny, and I'm like, what are you doing?
See, I saw someone doing that over the summer, and I had this realization. I was like, wow, she is probably more comfortable than I am.
Maybe.
And I was like, why? Why do we hate umbrellas? You know,
we don't hate them. We just use them for rain.
that's true. Yeah, but you'd think you're being showered with rain. You know, duh. Use an umbrella. You're being showered with hot sunlight. Well, there's this thing called an umbrella. You know, parasol, and you can just. Whoosh, you know?
I guess I understand what you're trying to say, but I just
Because you use it for the beach, right? For some reason in the summer, it's totally fine to like bring your umbrella and just put it in the beach, or like sitting under umbrellas.
it's not really like an umbrella used for the rain. It's
Okay, yeah, it's a big umbrella. But think about like if you were eating outdoors in a light drizzle, you'd be glad there's an umbrella there, right? And in the same way, if you went to a restaurant and there was like a patio and there were umbrellas there, you'd be like, "Oh, that's nice. I like the umbrella even though it's just sunny." You know, I like the shade.
So all right, so here it is. Here it
Yeah.
is. It's the walking part, right? If you're just going to sit down somewhere, yeah, and you're going to be stationary, yes.
Yeah.
But if you're just walking from A to B, it's going to take 5-10 minutes.
It's true.
It's not that big of an inconvenience to just deal with the sun, you know, because there's more, I put in quote unquote, harm being done to you with rain, more inconvenience with 5-10 minutes of rain, walking in the rain, as opposed to the sun.
That's true. I guess it's not that bad. But for longer walks, it makes sense to bring an umbrella, right?
Even
I walk
then.
like 15 minutes to class, you know. Like,
Me too, and I'm gladly taking that sun.
Well,
I'm
I don't
just
know,
fine
maybe,
with it.
Maybe. Yeah, I gotta start wearing more sunscreen. Maybe I don't know. I just. Really
But are you getting sunburned from walking to class?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. I don't know.
I can't say the same. I don't know how that's happening.
Okay, I think a bright light bulb would sunburn me, so the bar is low. But I don't know. Sometimes I just want to pop out my umbrella, and I'm scared that people are gonna look at me funny. You know what? Maybe I'll just start doing it. I'll get to walk to class in the shade. You know. Nice.
Don't do
No?
it. Just like with the underwear, or I'm sorry, not the underwear, the diaper. Don't do it.
Okay. Well,
It's an interesting road that you're trying to go down.
maybe I'll experiment with it next summer. I'll do a walk on a weekend. You know. I don't know why I'm trying to dedicate my weekends to these experiments, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe if it's a pretty enough umbrella, like if it's got a cool design, you know, that I can get away with it.
No, it's not even the design. It's the act of having the umbrella.
Okay, what about one of those umbrella hats?
What do you mean umbrella?
That's
hats?
even worse.
Like they're like little hats.
You never seen those?
They haven't it's just like like in Super Mario Sunshine, you know, they got like just.
You mean just like where it's like a band and then it's just.
Yeah.
No, that's worse.
But it's practical.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Just wear a hat. Why don't you just wear a hat? Hence the hat.
Didn't think about that. I genuinely didn't think about that.
just
Okay, but a hat doesn't cover the back.
Well, like my dad
yeah.
has disputed this, but like wear
just
like a
get a sun
bucket
hat.
hat or like a sun hat.
You know, I've always wanted to get a bucket hat.
Do it.
It's like an umbrella for your
Go
head.
for
I
it.
might get a. Okay, you don't think I'd look weird in a bucket hat?
Well, I
Weirder than
mean,
normal. Because I almost bought a bucket hat off Amazon.
go for it. Your fashion's already like all over the place. So, like,
Oh, thank
sure, you
Okay.
went to a tailgate in sweatpants and a regular ass t-shirt.
I comfortably went to a tailgate where I was comfortable, and I was actually way too cold.
I
But,
told you were gonna be.
yeah, I thought it was gonna be
Something,
warm.
but
See, if I had an umbrella on me,
it wouldn't have fixed the cold.
yeah, just shield myself.
Wouldn't
from the
you
cold.
have wanted?
I pick which direction the cold's
When you
coming
have
from,
one
and
more sun, so
you
you
don't
can heat
understand
up.
how umbrellas work, obviously. This is...
All right, well, Michael, do you have any closing thoughts on that topic?
No. Let's just move on, please.
All right, well,
Damn.
we have a few minutes to spare.
I guess
If we want to talk about some Halloween themed things, we can, or we could just wrap it up.
I was gonna say, to round out the podcast, do we have any spooky stories? Any scary ghost encounters?
I don't know if I have any scary ghosts. I have some weird things that have happened to
Doesn't
me.
have to be ghosts.
Oh yeah.
Something spooky.
Do you, Alex? You have anything? or-
Sometimes I hear weird noises at night. Actually, a couple of nights ago I did. I was like, oh shit. I don't know why, but I got really spooked. And like I couldn't go back to bed. I don't remember what it was, but it was just like, it was a couple like, it's like in my room, something clicked. And then something clicked again like 5 minutes later. I was like, what? I've never heard this click before. Yeah, I don't know. I got spooked. And then there were noises outside. And like, yeah, I don't know. Normally I'm fine, but sometimes if there's just like enough noises in a row that are spooky and mysterious, I'm like, oh shit, you know? I guess that's not a spooky story. But
Terrifying.
yeah, spooky.
Click.
Something that spooky that happened, but wasn't like supernatural. It was more like just real world kind of stuff. Like about 2 weeks ago, in the middle of the night, like I woke up for whatever reason. I went to the bathroom, was going to go back to bed, and I heard like, I swear to God, I heard a gunshot like out in the distance, like but close enough. Like it was far away, but it was close enough that I was like, what the? Who is firing a gun in this area of town? So like I looked up to see if like, because this was around the time that like the big scare happening with all the deaths, gun violence in Colombia and stuff. I was like, what the? So I looked up on like Twitter, seeing if the police tweeted out anything, because they usually do stuff like that. Checked like my emails and anything. There was nothing. I was like, man. I was like, am I gonna something going down? Evidently, I guess nothing was happening, but
Could it have been the construction site? Because they're always.
it sounded a lot like a gunshot.
Oh, okay.
Like I can't confirm that for sure, but like I like to think anyway. No, sorry. I like to think anyway that I know what a gunshot sounds like, and it had the two, the actual bang of the gun and the breaking of the sound barrier kind of thing. Because that's how you can tell that it's a gunshot with the two bangs. Or the bang crack. I forgot what the terminology is called, but anyway, it sounded like a gunshot to me. I was worried. Something quote unquote supernatural that's happened to me. I was too young to remember this, but apparently when I was younger, around like 2 or 3, my mom walked into a room and I was like staring at like, I wasn't staring at like a corner, but I was staring at something, right? But there was nothing there.
Oh.
And she was like, what are you doing, Matthew? What's going on? And I apparently said something to the effect of like, Grandpa's there. Grandpa's there.
Shit. Whoa, what the fuck?
And Grandpa had recently died.
Uh-oh.
So, and she was like, what the fuck is happening? The hell's going on?
Wow.
And yeah, apparently I was just like, Grandpa, homie's here. And obviously he was dead as a doornail, so he wasn't around.
That's spooky. I'm scared now.
I had one time where I was home alone. This is when we still live in upstate New York. And I was home alone with my dog in the computer room, and the door was open to the computer room, and my dog all of a sudden like got on edge, right? And that happens all the time when there's like an animal in the front yard, right? And he'll go up to the window and be like, bark, 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 whatever. But this time he didn't go to the window. He didn't go anywhere. He just got to the edge of the doorway of the computer room, and he got big. You know how dogs do if when they're trying to look threatening. And he started barking just in the direction of the dining room, because like the computer room, imagine like just the front of the house, computer room's on the left, dining room's on the right. So he was just staring across the way to the dining room. He started barking just into the dining room, and there was nobody there. I was like, what the hell is happening? What are you barking at, dog? And he just was not having. He got something in his mind that there was something over there. And that kind of freaked me out. That was a little weird.
That's terrifying.
But I don't believe in ghosts, so I don't think it was really anything. He probably just thought he saw something. But that's really all I got in terms of spooky stories.
Okay.
I don't really have anything else.
Yeah, I can't think of any. Like I said, I've never been scared before, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Never been scared before?
Can't
On
think
this
of a single-
podcast, you've been scared. What are you talking about?
I don't think so.
Ooh!
Well, you know.
I think that was you twice.
Was it?
On this maybe even
Alright.
3 times.
All right, maybe I've been scared a couple times. A few times. But I don't remember. Yeah.
Oh, for real? Nothing? No.
Not that I can. Ooh. No, not really. One time I was biking home from class, from school, high school, and I was like, I was biking, and then I just, whoosh, started slipping on this ooze, and I was like, oh shit,
On this
what's
ooze?
this? Yeah, I was like, whoa, it was all slippery, and I was just riding over some olives that had fallen from the olive trees.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Spooky.
so it turns out like you can squish them right into olive oil, and it's nice and whoosh, but I didn't fall. Yeah, I didn't fall. I just kept going, but it was weird. I was like on ice for a second.
Thank you for that campfire story.
Mm-hmm.
I really
Yeah.
did that. Michael, do you have any?
I don't think I'm gonna get any sleep tonight.
Yeah, do you have any spooky stories about the olive oil?
No olive oil stories. No. The only thing that comes to mind is like a few months ago, that time like I don't know, it was like probably 1 a.m. like 1:30 a.m. I was asleep. And I just woke up for some reason, and like there's this banging on my door, like really loud. Like I think somebody was trying to kick the door, like kicking the door over and over and over again. And like my bed is, like there's the hallway to my front door to my apartment, and my bed is directly like in the line of sight of that. So I'm just kind of got up and just looking directly at this door down the hall. It's like being kicked in, and I can see it like bulging in towards me.
God.
Over and over and over again.
Oh.
This goes on for like 15 minutes. This
15
person
that's
is
how
just
long?
trying to kick down my door, really, really wants to get into my apartment for some reason. They never said anything. Like they never yelled like, hey, let me in or anything like that. It was just totally silent for like 15 minutes, and then it stopped. And then my fuse box is out in the hall right next to my door. So and then just like my power gets shut off.
Holy shit.
So they opened my fuse box and just shut off my power. And then I didn't hear anything, but I didn't want to go out and turn my power back on because I was like, is that person out there right now? So I waited like an hour, and eventually like snuck out of my room, flipped my power back on, and ran back in. And I called my landlord. I was like, somebody's trying to like break into my apartment. And they're like, oh, okay, well, we'll check the security footage.
Yikes.
And they're like, well,
Wow.
nothing showed up on the security footage. We don't know what happened. We don't know who that was. But, yeah.
Didn't you say that your theory was that that you thought that they just had the wrong apartment? They were just trying to get into.
It could have been some drunk person being like,
Yeah.
But the thing is, they didn't say anything. Like, normally a drunk person would be like, oh, hey, Chad, let me in, man.
Yeah.
They just didn't say anything. They just tried to kick down my door for a long time.
Wow.
One theory was that it was the neighbor across from me was apparently illegally subleasing people, and then those people got evicted by the landlord who found out about it. And so like I was like, well, maybe they thought like I snitched on them or something, but I never said anything.
Shit.
Maybe they were like angry and taking out their frustration
Right.
on this, like who they thought like ratted them out or something. But I just don't understand, and I never got any answers.
That's terrifying.
You know?
That's scary.
That is terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I oftentimes think about that going to bed. I'm like, man, what if today's the day? Like someone just bust down my door. Also, why I lock my door at night,
Oh.
or just whenever I'm in my room, I just lock my door. I'm just like, no.
The robber's gonna come in and just gets through the first door, and then the second one's, really? Really?
You locked the second one too.
You're making my job real hard.
Yeah. I've also thought about like potentially like if I need to hide somewhere. Hold on. If I need to hide somewhere.
He's up.
Go in there.
Matthew's lifting up his mattress. There's nothing but you can lift that up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't reveal too much in the event that the robbers
You're
listen to my podcast.
okay.
Or I mean, just jump out the window. Like
Ah.
if I felt like my life was threatened, just open up the window, pop out the screen, and just
There you go.
spider. I think it's called like spider fall or whatever to the ground.
Well, like Lady Gaga.
No, it's like when you reduce the fall as much as you can. So like if you need to jump out a window, you don't just jump out. You grab the ledge, lower yourself as far as you can, and then let go. So you reduce the fall distance.
I was imagining you like trying to maximize your impact surface area.
I just imagine
jumping out like a flying
just
squirrel.
jumping straight out.
No. Oh. All right. I'm glad you got that image in your head.
It was an interesting image.
Yeah, I think it's called like a spider drop or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember exactly what it's called. The basic concept is still the same.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I've seen it in movies, I think. Or like parkour people do it, right? So.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I can't confirm that. Oh. All right, I think that about does it. I think we had a good episode. And maybe this time it'll actually stay recorded.
God, I
really
be
hope
good.
so.
I mean, the audio levels are looking like they usually do.
Uh-huh.
So, at least as of right this instant, it looks good to me. We'll see. All right, hopefully in the... I don't know. I make promises and I can't keep them on this podcast. Like I said, we're just the show where nothing gets done on schedule. But maybe next week, or in 2 weeks from now, or in a month from now, we'll record an episode with Rebecca. I'll prove that I'm not a misogynist.
Okay.
And that I'm not sexist.
Debunked.
Yeah, I'll debunk it right here. And I'll have a lot of things to ask Rebecca about her life. Yeah.
Okay.
So look forward to that. You know, follow us on all social media, all that jazz, The Hill to Die on Instagram and Twitter.
Drop a comment with your favorite diaper brand. Give it an absorbency rating, 0 to 10.
Oh my God.
Give it, don't forget, comfort.
Don't do that.
Go ahead and do it if you want. You don't have to do it. Sorry to interrupt your sign off, Matthew. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. You know, these things just kind of happen
Yeah.
organically. Like, they just end when I want them to. Like right now. They're ending right now. I'm Matthew.
I thought you were gonna cut it off right after that. So I was gonna have my voice getting cut off, all sad like.
No, there's still some sort of format.
Oh, you know.
But I can just do I'm Matthew.
You were looking at me for. I'm Alessandro. That's why you were. I was like, yeah, you're Matthew.
God damn it.
Duh.
Third time's a charm. I'm Matthew.
I'm Dad. I'm Alessandro.
I'm Michael.
Thank you for listening. This has been a Hill to Die on episode 6. And we hope to see you in the next episode.